Hey everybody, Ranchin here, bringing you all another StarCraft commentary. And would you believe it? Quarterfinals of the MSL starting already, and it's gonna be a ZVZ. Who expect this? Man, we're gonna have a possibly 5-set ZVZ, and it's gonna be sAviOr against ZerO. Hell yes. Who is not looking forward to this? I mean, Ma Jae-yoon gotten himself into the quarterfinals of the MSL since, wow, I think he's in this first time in 3 or 4 seasons that has gotten this far, and he himself has said that a semi-final finish would be ideal. He said himself that if he gets a semi-final finish, he will be fairly satisfied with his own performance, and I think he should. A lot of people are saying that the Maestro himself is back, but I have often said that I don't think this is the case. I definitely think he's performing a lot better than he did in the last year, but he doesn't need to be back yet. He doesn't need to destroy everybody in 2K9 yet. He just needs to start warming up a bit, get things going. And on the opposite spectrum is ZerO, the rookie to sAviOr's veteran. This is his first MSL performance where he did this well. He's never gotten this far into the MSL in his life, so he must be feeling a little bit nervous, got some of the jitters. Beating Yarnak in a ZVZ, so he definitely has kind of it, you know, he has it going for him. He's been playing ZVZs, he beat Yarnak, so he definitely has the itch to win this. And he's got to try to scratch that itch right here. He's kind of building a revelation for Woongjin Stars, kind of helping Free along, being their second ace, along with that guy. So, all in all, we're going to see some ZVZ awesomeness. 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Yep. Definitely going to need some water alongside here. So it's going to be on destination. We're going to have here at 11 o'clock in blue, we're going to have ZerO. And at 5 o'clock in what I believe is red, yes, red is going to be sAviOr, Ma Jae-yoon, the Maestro himself. I sound like I'm a sAviOr fanboy, but actually I'm not. I just really hope he gets into the semifinals. I would love to see that. Mind you, I would not begrudge ZerO win either. I'm actually a fan of ZerO too, so it's kind of... Well, I am kind of a fan of both of these players because I'm an overall fan of StarCraft. I'm not really a fanboy of any player. Maybe Lita. Lita's kind of the player where it's closer that I become a fanboy, you could say. But overall, I respect both these players. For sAviOr's sake and for the sake of StarCraft, I would love to see him going, but also I would not begrudge ZerO win. I just know that if he beats sAviOr, though, he's going to be hated by everybody everywhere. For the guy that knocked sAviOr out. But, oh well. We're going to see here what kind of builds and how these deviates. This is, of course, going to be ZVZ, so it's going to be in part a lottery game. Just hope for the sake of both these players that neither of them play too risky. In the round of 32, sAviOr beat ZerO, but that was more to ZerO going for a rather dangerous 12 hatch, if I remember correctly, and sAviOr going for something different. And this could be sAviOr sending out an early drone. sAviOr could actually be thinking of going for a 12 hatchery, and ZerO also getting his more drones up. I'm not quite sure. No, sAviOr, okay, so just sending out a drone scout. So he's just trying to make sure, going to try to read, or actually he might be going for a proxy hatchery. Kind of a sort of a proxy hatchery. Just I've seen this done before on Destination. Yarnak actually did this against ZerO and put his hatchery in a location where it wouldn't be harassed. I believe Yarnak won that game. It was the first set. So sAviOr actually doing here the same thing. He's trying to get economy. I thought it felt kind of weird that he would get try to go for early economy. Try to go for, an early drone scout, I'm sorry, but he is going for early economy now. Just now going to get his spawning pool going. It's going to be late, but still it's not going to be too bad because ZerO went for a 12 pool. So this 12 hatch isn't too bad as long as he gets those zerglings out in time as well. Looking at the poll, quite a few more people are thinking that sAviOr will take this. 73% to the 27. I think this is mostly due to sAviOr's veterancy and sAviOr's just overall style. In stat-wise, sAviOr's 59% in ZVZ and ZerO is 55. That's before this matchup happens. Those are those statistics before this matchup happens. sAviOr now going to send out that, see the Overlord spot that second hatchery from ZerO, and is going to know that that hatchery came after the spawning pool, so he knows that he could be getting an economic advantage, but he will have to face some early harassment from him. But I think his spawning pool should be actually in time. He should have zerglings in time, and at this point, despite having a spawning pool, ZerO is actually producing zerglings, so he's also trying to equalize economy. Lair already now coming up for sAviOr, and also for ZerO. Now to say that both players now mining a lot of gas as well. sAviOr has his second hatchery up in time, so he's probably going to start mining some drones. And from what I see with both these players, this is going to come down to just a lot of Mutalisk micros. ZerO now has first 4 Zerglings out, he's going to send those out, but sAviOr also has 6 Zerglings of his own inside of his own base, so he's going to be able to defend that, and that Overlord is going to spot those Zerglings. We're going to see whether sAviOr just tries to protect his ramp or actually tries to move out, do some sort of damage. I think he's doing a little bit of both. And ZerO now just spreading out his Zerglings in occasions, just trying to get a scout around, see what there's there, producing some more Zerglings just in case. Overlords for ZerO, just spotting everything that sAviOr's doing. sAviOr moving a little bit forward with his Zerglings, going to try to put on some early pressure, but I don't think it will be successful. Also producing some Zerglings for that second hatchery, and just has one drone mining there as well. So both players just going to see which one manages to win with the early pressure. ZerO is now going to know that there's that other hatchery in another location. It's slightly more difficult to defend, but what's good about those hatcheries in those locations, of course, is that it's easier to defend with Mutalisks, harder to defend with ground forces, but that's kind of what you're thinking about. You'll be able to fly your Mutalisks in and out of the main and the expansion very easily. And ZerO has spotted that 4 o'clock hatchery from sAviOr now, and sAviOr, meanwhile, grouping up Zerglings. ZerO also grouping up a bunch of Zerglings, grouping them up on both of bridges, so ZerO can do a run-by. Spire coming up for both players, although ZerO's is going to be a little bit earlier, so he's going to have some Mutalisk a bit earlier than sAviOr. sAviOr actually manages to get one Zergling through. A very good play there by sAviOr, somehow managing to get a Zergling through, so he's going to get a full scout, going to get full timing on that Spire, know exactly what is to expect, know what kind of mining there's up against him, and knowing exactly what